So I'm going to show you guys the setup I'm running here on Bannerlord. So to get this working, the first thing you want to do is go into properties, betas. I'm on 1.3. That's just to run this specific setup. So I'll show you guys which mods I got running here. So for me, I started with the carbon body, GT carbon body, and all the accessories that come with that. And then I just started adding more and more mods. And basically what it took was every single time I wanted to add a new mod, I had to upload it, come into this screen, add the new mods, and then run the game, do some tests just to see how it works. And then I added one at a time. So here's the first four. For this setup, you need to have these specific versions. I believe these are all the newest ones for these four here. Those are straightforward. I'm sure everybody has those. Birth and death options is the first mod I got here. Custom companion. This is so you can edit yours and your companion's skills. Improved smithing. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, that just changes like how much metal and things cost like that. Dismemberment. Fire Lord. That's fire arrows. Fire Lord gives you the fire weapons, swords, pole arms, axes. Um, so these ones all work together. These versions on 1.3, which is really cool. And like I said, I started with the GT carbon body, which changes the female's body in Bannerlord. Okay, and then fire pot. This gives you the items so that your characters can throw fire pots that go into ballistas, or not the ballistas, the catapults, so that you can throw them like stones. Highly effective weapons. These two here, red armors, red animals, those are fantasy weapons, fantasy armors, and this here is a buffalo and a moose, like really big ones. There's some Lord of the Rings armor, which is really cool. I can't remember what this warrior one is, but it's an item import. This one items as well. My little warband. This is so I can make my own troop tree. Ballista bow. I haven't been able to get that to work. However, the items are in my item list. So I'm still playing with those. Like my troops can't use them, but I'm still waiting to see if my character might be able to. This right here is dual wield, so you can use a banner, an axe, a spear, or a sword as a shield. GT. These are just more items. They're not compatible with the GT carbon body, but the helmets and shoulder pads work the same. This is just a full armor set. This is female armors. Now, there's clipping on the regular, because this is for the V body mod. But if it's a full covering, it changes the body. So you can use the full covering armors, but there will be clipping if there's any how do I say, if there's any skin showing on the armor, then it ends up using the texture underneath. Here we go, more bandit armors. This is a deer antler helmet. This just adds more arenas for tournaments. This one's really cool. You can change the percentage, how much you heal on strike and how much on kill. This is a really cool weapon set. They kind of look like elf blades. Right here, this one makes it so your female troops' hair comes through the helmet. Uh, this is for more better banner edits, I guess. Added diplomacy, relentless smith. Basically, you just don't get tired from smithing. Elite mercenaries. I'm pretty sure this is added elite mercenaries like Spartans and some others into the game with some armor and stuff too. Um, but I haven't seen them yet, but at least it gave me the items. So that's a really good one. Governors handle issues. Max attribute makes it so you go from 10 to 15 max attribute. That way you can max all your independent skills. Deadshot is a slow motion chance on on draw with a range weapon. That goes for spears too and throwing axes. This one's pretty cool. It's for checking nearby tournaments. Because you know when you can just join tournament. If there isn't a tournament in town, you got to move on. This one will give you 2 towns nearby hosting tournaments that you can make it to. 2 giant two-handed swords here. Actually, it gives you a bundle, but it gives you the two-handed German sword and claymore. Sell all, stop at 0. This one for me is good. Fight to the end. So every fight you got to kill them all instead of them running away at some point. And this one just came out, I believe, yesterday or today. And it came with a ton of gear, and it's originally for the carbon body up here. But there's a ton of good items in here: samurai helmets, Spartan helmets, bandit, battalion, sturgeon. There's knights. There's things that kind of look like Thor helmets, or Norse mythology. So there's a lot of good stuff in there, and we'll get into that. Right here, this is a good one only if you're making a female character, I believe. It gives you more options, which I do use for my. I have 2 characters going, so let's get. So all these mods work together. You'll get a warning that says it's not on the right beta or whatever, but it is what it is. You just got to run a test. Only by getting through loading screens will you know. But generally, if you got a really incompatible mod, you're going to realize right away as soon as you load up the game. It'll tell you. If not, it'll get you on the second loading screen when you try to get into sandbox or campaign. And if not, it'll get you when you enter a town or you enter a battle. And that's kind of the way I would do it, is I would just run up. I'd run through a basic sandbox start. I'll just create a character, enter a town, check the smith, check the trading, hire a few troops, and then quickly get into one battle and just make sure you can do all that. If you can do that much, that's enough to get through a play, in my opinion. You might run into things here and there, but the only thing you can do is really pay attention, not do too many changes without testing. But all these mods I showed you here are compatible, and one thing is I was not able to get cheats with this beta, and if someone knows how, that would be cool. Another one was character creation, so I can like edit my companions and the NPCs, along with some other things like I think it's RTS camera. There was a lot of things that I couldn't get compatible with the carbon body on 1.3, but I'll get that on another playthrough. So basically, you can keep all your mods downloaded. You just untick them. You can change your beta versions for different playthroughs. There's nothing wrong with that. You just got to keep track of what's compatible and what's not. But with these mods here, it saves the list, and it'll tell you if you're missing any mods. Gotta get my controller ready here. Okay, save games. And go on. This is my main character here, King Hercule. This was my first one for a test. I wanted to see if this elf mod was gonna work. Excuse me. Oh, I got the wrong cord. 1 second here. So, I'll just load that up. I just wanted to see if these mods were gonna work, and just about all of them. Well, actually, in fact, all of them I've been able to load during an already saved game. So all these are partial conversions, but you know, I guess with all 40 mods, you could call it a total conversion. Shit, sorry, I had to turn down the volume. I'm just gonna play through a little bit and show you that some of this is working. Alright, where am I here? Well, I guess first thing I can do is just look around for a bandit. Well, here, we'll go over to Omar first, and I'll show you some of the mods here in town. So first one, oh look, there's a tournament in town. If there wasn't a tournament, it would say nearby tournaments. Check nearby tournaments. So in Cavern, I haven't messed with this custom troop tree, but I guess you can save your troop trees to recruit troops. Some of them will be here. Just the Amazon. I've got 2 troop trees. I got my Amazon and then my farmer. I'll show you that in a second here. Trade. My computer's going slow because the screen recorder is running. Oh, there's Firepot. I just don't got enough money yet to give it a try. But my troops, some of my legendary troops carry them. And they kill a lot of people. Here's some of my like custom stuff. See here, this is part of that KT. Was it KTOK? It was a new mod for custom, a new mod for the custom GT carbon body. But you see it, I threw it on my King Hercule guy here, so there's female and male items. Let me just buy something here. So a lot of this stuff is all part of the carbon body series. Let's see what this looks like. It's just a bit of a cool like ninja mask, I guess. Which gives me an idea I can add a new ninja to my troop tree. Look at some of these. I mean, for making like Vikings and stuff, it's pretty unreal. And all this stuff actually works perfect for me. Like, that's great that I can buy it, but I'm more happy that I can actually wait 1 sec. Let me first. I'm gonna show you the custom companion section. Look at open character, and see, like I said, these were upgraded to max attribute 15. You can mess around up and down all these. I'm just doing a playthrough as like this character has maximum potential. I'm not stressing it. I'm actually gonna take on the whole map, and it's all just for fun. I mostly like doing custom battles, but the characters suck when you do that. And I haven't got into any mods on custom battles, but so I'm just playing a sandbox for custom battles essentially. But you can have as many invincible companions as you want. The thing is, you still have to level them up. here we go. I'll just get into the troop tree. It is not quite done yet, especially with all the new armor added. So this is my Amazon troop tree, which starts off with basically like an Amazon farmer type. Very basic gear, and then it goes into recruit or native. And the native side goes here. It's the archery side more, so it's gonna be spears and archers. And the final upgrades are immortal, assassin, and Valkyrie. Okay, so the Valkyrie here is my strongest character with the fire pots, and they got some of the legendary items, but I kind of made it like Age of Empires, and you can kind of take different cultural roots, and like you see there's samurai, Spartan, Viking, barbarian, knight, crusader, you know, and these are kind of like, this one's a legendary moose rider, knight rider. So anyway, yeah, that's the Amazon tree, and I'm gonna quickly show you. Here's my male troop tree, which starts with a farmer, and you either go tribesman or recruit. Pretty simple. Recruit goes into soldier. You can have up to 4 different versions. I'm just not quite done yet. This is the elite, which is kind of like, the elite here is going to be the samurai and Spartan junior. Gonna be 2 Spartans, 2 samurais, I think anyway. So we got a Spartan, a samurai, knight, a crusader, which comes from apprentice. The apprentice here is actually pretty cool. He's got like some of that Gondor Lord of the Rings gear on. On this side, tribesman goes into hunter or savage, and the savage breaks off into this more or less the Viking tree. Look at this. The Viking is basically more or less like Norse god or Norse mythology looking. Let's go back here. It's an assassin. Obviously kind of inspired from Assassin's Creed. We have an immortal who's kind of gimpy looking, but it's what it is. A lot of these aren't quite done yet, because I just got a bunch of new items imported from the KOTK. They got a lot of great helmets, I'm telling you. Here, I'll show you some. There's some of them in here. Like this Spartan helmet and that Spartan helmet. What I'll do is, let's open this up. Amazon Valkyrie. was wondering why my thing wasn't opening. My keyboard is disconnected. So you gotta hit shift and then click and it'll open up the editor. For her, I got the German two-handed sword and a heavy knight lance on the secondary. I think these are single fire pots, and the shields go with the lances. But they also have these other fire pots. I think they have 10 in the chamber there. Some epic glaives. So here, let's take a look at these fire pots. These are secondary melee weapons to be used as shields. Boulder bolts, look at bodkin arrows. There should be some ballista arrows. I probably went past them. Fire pot, here we go. Look at stack amount 1, stack amount 10, damage 70, damage 200. These ones are far superior. Anyway, you can see a lot of the custom items. A better way would be to go like this. Let's look at some of the helmets. Alright, that's about all the data I got room for audio, so I'm gonna just keep playing through with no microphone, and you can keep watching if you want to see what the custom troops look like in action, and also like the fire sword and the dead shot and the dismemberment and all that. So anyway, thanks for watching.